So here it is. Day 6 of 31, and this is Balancing Time with Teens and Toddlers. Ooh, Lord. I'm laughing because this has actually been a bit of a struggle these last couple days. That is such a broad topic. So it was balancing time with teens and toddlers. I'm assuming it's like, how do you specifically? So this is probably going to be different depending on who you were talking to. For me, planning. So obviously my teens, my 12 and 16-year-old demand less physical time as my 5 and 2-year-old. But they make up for it in the mental part of it, or emotional part, or me having to find the time. So my little ones are going to pull at me. They're going to make it obvious that they need time. They're going to require it. They're going to demand it. All of that. The older ones may not do that, but that doesn't mean they don't need it. So I have to constantly remind myself, and what I typically do, maybe like what we were doing for a minute, we kind of started recently, was like one-on-one time with each kid. And I have 4. I work full-time. My husband works full-time. We got 2 businesses popping, like, kind of 3 on top of the other work we're doing. So it's hard. So it was like one person a month. So Cameron, what you want to do? This is our time, say it's April, and then May, June, So that's one way to get that one-on-one time in. And then on the daily kind of basis, we kind of have some stuff down. So during the day, the little ones don't go to school. So that's their time. And I try to make it where when the older ones are home, if I know one's coming in at 2:45, then I know whatever I'm doing, if I'm home, I'm wrapping it up so that I can be present when he comes in. And then an hour later, the other one comes in, I do the same thing. Oftentimes, they may take a nap in the evening. So then that's also where I'm being available to them. So the balancing act is really not set in stone. It's kind of like depending upon the day, depending upon the mood, depending upon what they need, depending upon what I'm doing. It's all over the place, but I really do like to time block. So like at night, I will have where is it? I think it's right here. I don't have it handy, but people do it all kind So something like this, people do it real fancy, have all the pretty stuff. Some people do it electronically. I kind of do a little bit of both. Yes, Keisha, ghetto. They require so much time. Like, that's where I'm struggling with the business building at home and having them. But I actually just found a little hack here. I'm here in a second that really worked with Ryan that I'm going to share. It's my first time doing it today. But I have something like this at night that I'm like, okay, I know that from 6 to 8 in the morning, because I get up at 6 a.m. Tuesday through Friday, really without a hit. Like, I make sure I do that, because if I don't, day's fucked in my mind, and I'm not able to do, like, I want time to myself, so I have to get up there early to do that. So I get up 6. If it's a great day, I got 6 to 9 to myself. And I do my self-studies there. I do my personal growth stuff, and then my business stuff. And so it's like, when I sit down in 3 hours, if you haven't had it planned out, you're going to take an hour trying to figure out what you're doing. So that's where this comes in. I will write like tonight, I'm going to sit down and I'm be like 6 to 7. Okay. You were born rich, because that's what I'm studying right now. All right. Boom. 7 to 7:30. What am I doing there? 7:30 to 8. Like, literally. And then I'm not just putting a title. I'm putting like literally what I'm doing. So I'm building a course. So, I mean, that's a million things you could be doing. What are you doing with building a course? So it might be listening to module 1, because I'm taking a course to help me build my course. So being specific about what I'm putting in my time block. It comes to the our calendar together. Yes, Keisha, I would love that. Yes, Keisha, for real. And that's another thing too. Some people's kids go to sleep at like 7 o'clock. No, not mine. They's like sometimes 10, 11. and I'm getting up at 6. So of course I'm tired. I found that for me at night, and actually I was doing a little bit of both. I was doing the business stuff, like my stuff in the morning, then I deal with them. Typically the first one go take a nap, maybe 12 or so. Now this is on a day that we ain't going nowhere, but remember there's days where we could do co-op. There's days where we go to the museum. Like, so it ain't always like this. So pretty much my bulk of my day is obviously with the 2 little ones. And if she takes a nap though, then I may let Ryan watch TV. You know, I may do something like that. Or the hack that I was saying is, I actually looked on YouTube and I said, give me a visual timer. And I found this like very cute little kaleidoscope circle type thing that brought, and I just said 45 minutes. And I told Ryan, I'm like, hey, this is not watching TV. This is so you can see a visual when you will be able to watch TV. I want you to go ahead and play with your toys. And mommy's going to work. When that goes off, then you can watch TV. I wasn't sure I was going to work because at first she's like, this is not TV. What is this? Because she's thinking it's TV since it's on YouTube. But it actually worked. Like for a minute, she was sitting there just like staring. You know, it's taking too long. She'll get up, play around, staring. And then she finally got it. I was like, you can watch that if you want to, but that's all that's going to happen for the 45 minutes. This is the time for you to do this. And so it really worked. And as soon as the timer went off, she's like, it went off. I'm like, damn, that really worked. So I'm going to incorporate more of that because typically I'll turn a TV on for her for me to work. But that was cool for her to actually play at least an hour of that because a little one will sleep maybe hour and a half, 2 hours. So that's what I do. And then when they both wake up, I just try to be done with whatever I'm doing. The evening time when the older ones get home, I try to spend time with the older ones, with the teens, and hey, what you got going on? And really with them, it's just being available. Because I find that a lot of conversations they want to have, things that come up. My friend said this, my friend did this. Hey, mommy, guess what happened with this? It typically doesn't happen unless they see that I'm not busy. And I had to learn that kind of the hard way. Like, oh, how was school? Oh, it's fine. Because they see me on the computer. They see me doing this. And it's like, well, you're not really present anyway. So school was cool. And they go about their business. And it's really easy for them to kind of get lost because they doing their own thing. Especially if they got their phone, their friends. So if you're just joining, I'm talking about